Sorry, somebody wanted to know why I don't like a specific thing in the game, and apparently I needed to reply. Okay. And I'm going to be... Okay, so, here we go. So, nice distance, getting some good distance towards the blitz leopards, getting some food. Mango and orange juice. Okay, so here we go. Crow not seeing the monster. This is good for the hunters. This will allow the monster to eat down here. Probably at this rate get about half to 3/4 before the next scan, depending on how fast he eats. And should be able to... Oh, going after the sloth, huh? Okay, so there's the scan, so now they know where he is. Okay, so as soon as you get scanned, one thing I would recommend is saving all your traversals for it. So in this team composition, support is absolutely the right call to person to go after. Again, unless somebody's really out of distance. I think it's interesting that Emmett's just spamming healing buoys. It's kind of nice, because that way if someone does get engaged, they're going to have a little bit of healing. So it's not going to be a sudden huge burst and finish off somebody down. Go. Get some 3 more meat. Looks like that this is going to be the dome, though. At this point, if you smell them, start setting up your spider trap and get into position. Oh, he's going to get away. No, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Swing, swing, swing. What's the person's name from Signs? Swing away. What's this bucket? Oh, no, don't stop to eat. Don't stop to kill that. Oh. Just go to the caves. Go to the caves. Go to the caves. Ah. You can get out without getting domed. You can go. Traverse. No, don't stop to eat. Ah. The pain. So, Crow's most likely going to be able to dome. Yeah, there we go. There's the dome. You probably could have gotten away from that. The moment you realize that they were that close, just focus on getting away instead of on eating. So support, ironically enough, not going in. I don't know why. And here comes Crow again, just sniping the Gorgon. Okay, don't go after the assault. Yeah, everyone's all grouped up there. Oh, all the mines. Whoa. You can knock the stalactites off? Go ahead and leave. And then evolve. Be free! So that's one thing I don't like Crow doing non-health damage at the beginning, because you want to get the armor down so you can do more chip damage on the chase. But Crow doesn't do that. Like Crow and Kahlo, their armor negate abilities are better the higher the stage of the monster. And at stage 1, I definitely don't think that Crow or Kahlo should be using their armor negating abilities. Nice getaway. There's the evolve. Tigo asks, I finished Shadow of Mordor. Yes. There were a couple of DLCs I haven't finished yet, but yeah, I finished the base game and got all 100% on it, as well as the first DLC. Okay, a little bit of food. Crow's gonna be right here to stop you. Gordon's gonna get away. Whee! Okay, so the dome is ready. So whenever the dome is on cooldown and the hunters are nearby, if you're not in a corner, head towards another part of the map. If you are in a corner, start setting up for a dome. Set up your spider traps, any deployables, banshee mines, and then figure out where you want the dome to be. With Gorgon, you do not want open areas. Gorgon really likes tight corners and narrow areas. Nice spider. Now, I would basically keep an eye, so if someone does get hit by a spider, I can go ahead and engage them real quick, which is going to be Widow Master in just a second. Nope, not going into the cave. So at this point, the hunter should see all the Reavers heading to the outside of the cave and know that the monster is over on this side. Yep, there's the medic. Medic is going to dome. Turn around, kill the medic because the medic is out of position. Not so much. One thing I would definitely recommend is until you get good with it, I wouldn't use mimic that often unless it's point blank. Interesting orbital. I wonder if he knows what colors everyone is. Like, I wonder if he knows that yellow is support. Although now Assault's a good target, because his personal shield's down. No! Go after the support! Ah. Grumpy cow. Now stay on the support. Stay on the support. Okay. Well, get out because of the orbital, but yeah, stay on the support. I wonder. Yeah, I don't think he realizes that the support is orange. I'm gonna ask him afterwards. I'm thinking he thinks that the assault is support. See, and this is why it's hard for me to solo pub, because I get this critical of my teammates all the time. Like, I'm not even playing this game and I get frustrated with it. Because I have certain expectations. Oh, wow. Damage perks up. Okay, so they know where he is. Dome is ready. Let's see how the hunters work on their splits. Support really far behind now. Okay, yeah, I'm almost convinced that he thinks that support is red. I'm almost positive of it. Although the assault is going to go down, though. Oh, no, just focus on a couple more abilities. But yeah, I'm still thinking he thinks that assault is red, or support. Yeah. Oh, he might get the assault down. Oh, I'm really excited. Go for it. Oh, yes, go after support. Support! Oh, your number one priority. Yeah, I'm positive that he thinks that red is support. Ooh, brutal. Now I feel bad because I told him to only go after the support. And he's probably like going after the assault. Going like, why does this seem so hard? But yeah, a lot of focus on the assault. One thing I would mention about the hunters, in case I forget when they ask me later, is that dome out there. Not a really great dome, because Hank can't use his orbital very well in that cave area, and you don't want to dome the monster, or a Gorgon specifically, in caves, because they do pretty well there. You usually want to dome them out in the open, because Gorgon struggles very hard out in the open. Dude, don't get orbitaled. Don't get orbitaled. There's the orbital. No orbital? Wow. Nice spider trap spot, though. The orbital to spider trap area. Caterpillar Paul, welcome to the herd. I appreciate that follow, and I hope you enjoy your stay here. Oh, medic! Medic! Oh, no! Yeah, I definitely recommend MDead. Your traversal's a lot better, your map knowledge is a lot better. The biggest thing right now is just learning who to focus, which will come with practice. Mines! Boom, boom! With the assault, one thing I would recommend is don't stack your mines next to each other. If one goes off, they both go off, but he only takes damage for one. Sky Gorgon! Aw, GG. GG.
I didn't mean to walk into your trap.
Quick question, Undead. Do you know the different colors for the different what each role is for the hunters?
Right, so off the top of my head, I'm not looking at my screen. Red assault, blue medic, yellow or something is trapper, right? I don't know, I'm confused. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, green is trapper, orange/yellow is support. I was only asking because you were focusing the assault a lot that game, and I just wanted to make sure that you realized that instead of going, because you were supposed to go after the support, but you spent most of your time after the assault, especially in a couple of the domes.
Yeah, the assault kept coming out to me, so I thought, you know what, I'd take the opportunity while I was there, because he kept coming on his own, so I thought, you know what, I'd try and take him out, because if I take him out, that's the big gun's gone. But then I realised that the support was up on the cliff, so I almost killed him.
Yeah. You almost got him down a couple of times, but yeah, and I think So I think that your general focus right now, just make sure, like I think combat awareness and knowing who to go after and when. I think that once that you get that down, you're going to be a really solid monster because your traversal and your survivability is a lot better. Your accuracy with your abilities are was a lot better this game than previous game as well. So I think that slowly over time, just keep on fighting compositions and realizing who can do what. Because there's defensive supports and offensive supports, defensive medics and offensive medics, and so knowing like who paired up with who is a big priority. Like for instance, a lot of times outside of a defensive composition, Renegade Abe is actually the higher priority because if it's an offensive team, you have to kill Renegade Abe, and he's an assault. So it just definitely would be one of those things that comes with practice. But definitely when you see these videos on YouTube, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. And the nice thing is that watching yourself, you can realize, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. So hopefully when you see those on YouTube, they'll make a lot more sense. A couple of things with the hunters. I probably wouldn't have domed the monster inside the caves. It was more than likely he was going to have to come out anyway, and the trapper was in a position that it couldn't escape to the caves. So I would have waited to get a little bit more open area. One, because Gorgon really struggles from open areas, and then two, you can use Hank's Orbital, which is a really good offensive and defensive measure. So just be careful about that. With regards to the assault, be very careful about not putting the mines next to each other. If they're actually touching each other, when one detonates, so does the other one, and the monster only gets hit for one. So just be careful about spreading those out. Otherwise, they are pretty in good positions most of the time. I definitely always like to put them at the base or the top of cliffs of high traffic area. So if the monster keeps on working around a certain area, you keep on doing that. The problem with an easier area to heal is that if the monster was good, he'd be able to focus people down because like there was a couple of escape paths, but they were really bad. Like the assault was able to get away, but a good monster would have been able you don't want small domes. Small domes are actually bad for the hunters. Like I know it's tempting to dome the monster when he's up against the outside wall, and it's like, hey, the dome is 50% smaller. Monsters like confined spaces. Aside from the possibility of maybe Kraken. That's the only monster I can think of that wouldn't want confined spaces most of the time. But most of the time, it's usually better for the monster to have spaces like that than otherwise. Yeah, good job. I didn't see anything else terribly out of position with regards to the hunters. But yeah, just focus on your focus abilities, undead, work on your combo abilities, and then knowing on which hunters to go after. And again, that's mostly through experience. I would recommend going into arena. Your map feeding is a little bit, you could definitely use a little bit better with a good feeding route. And so you can find feeding routes online. If you watch my channel every now and then, I'll show some of the feeding routes that I use. But make sure you just eat efficiently, and you're making good use of your traversals to get map distance and getting food at the same time. There was one other thing I was going to say, but I can't recall what it was. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something about when you disengage, but I can't remember.
I almost got to stage 2 quite early on in the game. I mean, I was trying to eat as much as I could, because normally on the last 2 games, I was just trying to go for distance, but here I was trying to get a bit of distance, but also eat on the way. So, just before they domed me the first time, I was ready to evolve right then.
Yes, definitely. Also, be careful of where you evolve. There's a couple of times that you evolve out in the open. If you ever notice one of the Hank players, try and evolve so there's something over you, like inside of a cave or some side of an overhang, because otherwise they could drop an orbital on you if they're close enough. Oh, that's what it was. If you know that the hunters are close to you and you're in a corner, try and start setting up your spider trap. Get set up for a good dome for you. And whereas if you're not in a corner and they're close by, start making your way to the closest long distance area. And so there were a couple of times when they were close, like when they were down in the southwest portion of the map, near like the building, there was a time when the hunters were really close.
Yeah.
And if you didn't stop to eat, you would have actually been able to make it all the way to the caves, and you would have been able to evolve without getting domed once there. So just be careful about that when they're close by. Save up your traversals so that you can go ahead and burst away from them, and then keep going on your long distance feeding route.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to use one of your tactics, because when we was in the cave, I think it was the first time, I laid a trap to the right.
Yep, I saw that.
I used the husk and went over to the left.
Yep, and so ironically enough, if you did so a good hunter would have realized that. So when you're stage 2, reavers actually run away from the monster. So when you were stage 2, all the reavers were trying to escape out of the cave, but they got stuck up on that ledge. And I'm not sure if the medic realized that, or because they knew that you were coming out from there. And I'm not sure if it was because of the reavers or not. But if you traverse all the way and you have good traversal, I don't think that they would have actually domed you.
All right, okay. I've learned a hell of a lot in these last 3 matches. I've learned more than the 3 days I've actually been playing.
No worries, and that's exactly what it is. But yeah, definitely good job. Stick around, because if we don't have enough people in the chat room, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought as well, Cookie. I even made mention of it in the video, was that all the reavers, and I'm like, I bet the hunters probably see that and know that the monster is coming from that direction. But yeah, good games, everyone. I'm glad that I'm able to help Undead, and for everyone else who is joining. But yeah, definitely watch my YouTube channel, because these will probably be up within the next week and a half. I'm still slightly back.
Definitely will do. Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and let's head back to the chat room, and then we'll go ahead and replace some players out.